Hi, friends. This is your pal, Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about meeting Mike Shea, aka Sly Flourish, in person, and what it's like to meet Mike Shea, Sly Flourish, in person. The guy who wrote The Lazy Dungeon Master. All right, the Lazy DM. So I went to the Philadelphia area gaming expo, and I got to meet Mike Shea in person, and it was wonderful. And so I wanted to talk to you about it. And the reason why is there's this classic saying, and it says, "Don't meet your heroes," right? And it is tough. I'm old enough. I'm 54 years old now, and I'm old enough to know that that is a very true saying, right? Like that, it's rough meeting your heroes because sometimes they don't live up to what you believed about them. Perfect example. He was not one of my heroes, but I have a lot of sympathy right now for anybody. There are a lot of people who are Neil Gaiman fans, right? And that guy, like, he's got some banger content. Like, he's got incredible books, right? And the Graveyard Book, I absolutely love that book. And I've Anansi Boys, like, he's an incredible author. But man, can you imagine being his fan today? Whew, rough, right? Like, so this phrase of "don't meet your heroes" is a very real thing, and it has happened to me once or twice. Not too bad. And one of the reasons why is I realize you need to give your heroes space, right? But there was no space at Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo. It was 1,800 people, right? This isn't PAX. This isn't 50,000 people. You can walk right up to your favorite creators and ask them questions, except Kelsey Dion. She was booked. Like, you could not get access to her. It was like, and the reason why, she's got the hottest game out there, right? But Mike Shea went, and I went to one of his panels, right? And so the panel was how to be a YouTuber, how to have a successful YouTube channel by starting a blog 15 years ago. And it was really funny because and there was three people in it. It was Justin Alexander. And by the way, is Justin Alexander on YouTube? I literally have never seen any of his content. I've seen his book on every Barnes and Noble I've ever been in. But I'm gonna and I know Alexandria.net is very famous. A lot of people go to the website for a lot of resources. But I'm gonna have to see if he really is even on YouTube. And then but Mike Shea, Sly Flourish, oh my gosh, man, you want to talk about doing D&D commentary, the best there is. That guy's incredible, right? He banger content every single week. Creates content. He's a creator. He's a tabletop role-playing game creator. He's a content creator. He collaborates. He does amazing D&D commentary. He's very open. He's genuine. One of the things I love is he doesn't curse. It's incredible. Like, it just seems like it's such a simple thing, but a bunch of D&D commentators, like, Indestructible Boy, perfect example. I think he's got some interesting things to say, but he's got an F-bomb every 3 sentences, right? That ain't for me, right? Mike Shea can make his point without cursing. So I go to this thing, and I'm just nodding, right? And so I ask a question, and Mike Shea goes, "What are you doing here, Jay Scott?" Like, he goes, "What are you doing?" Nodding, oh, that's a good idea. You know half this stuff because you're in it. I was blown away. Like, he knew who I was. He greeted me as a peer, and it was wonderful. And I didn't expect anybody to recognize me. I didn't expect any of these for realsies YouTubers who have 100,000 K sub buttons and have tens of thousands of followers, and I didn't expect any of these guys to greet me as a peer. So when they did, it really meant a lot to me, and it meant that what I've been doing is recognized by the insiders, and that's huge. It really meant a lot to me, right? And the reason why is there is a division between us and them, right? I'm a complete amateur. A lot of these guys, like Mike Shea, this guy, he's dealing with, like, international shipping, right? I don't need to deal with international shipping on anything. I just, I spit my fire and I put it up here for you, right? And that's different. I'm an amateur fisher. These guys have hauling rigs that are going out and doing deep sea fishing. It's a difference, right? And so it really meant a lot. And also, all these guys I talked to greeted me as peers, including Mike Shea. These guys came as special guests, right? I paid for my badge. It's different. It is different. I was talking to Ted from Nerdarchy. That guy ain't paid for a badge in like 10 years, and that's incredible. And that is really nice. I have paid for every badge at every convention I've ever gone to, and so it's a different world. And so it just meant so much for him to, greet me as a peer and treat me with respect and kindness. And I will say right now, Mike Shea is a hero to me, but he is a bigger human titan in my eyes now than before I met him. He was nothing but kind. He was so gracious, like to everybody at the convention. Everywhere he goes, he has a smile on his face. That's not a small. I don't have that. I don't smile everywhere I go. I'm like thinking, and Mike Shea has a smile on his face when he walks, through the halls of the convention, and it makes it a brighter space for everyone. He had great advice for doing what he does. He didn't want to hold back. He wanted others to succeed, and you could tell it with every single word he said. I was so blown away, so delighted with everything, with his presentation. It was amazing, and I was just really absolutely captivated by the panel content, by his he stayed all 3 days. I got to see him coming in. I got to see him going out. I'm pretty sure I met his wife. It was amazing. It was amazing. I just had the best time talking with him, and it was an honor to be in his proximity and to talk with him directly, and to just be able to chop it up. It was really, really nice. I waved to him once, and he waved back. I saw him throughout the whole convention, and Mike Shea is a titan among men. You got to meet this guy. Buy his book. Go over to his channel. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.